Hello there everyone and welcome back to more Total War multiplayer. I am eager to try out some new factions here for I believe I want to try out one more with my current roster or list of different factions, although unfortunately the one faction I really want to try out I don't actually have access to it just yet until I buy the DLC for the Tomb Kings. Alas, that will be on hold for a time being until some sale maybe. And what I'm going to settle on for a time being is perhaps the Empire faction. I am really hesitant, really reluctant to play with Empire, mainly just because a lot of their units can be pretty similar to my Bretonnian Knights, especially if I'm going to go more aggressive, more melee-centric with cavalry and a lot of front line. But the one thing that the Empire has going for them is very unique and a nice diversity or diverse roster of ranged units, especially some ridiculous ones like this Hellstorm rocket, Hellblaster volley gun, and even a steam tank if I so wished. It has a nice little bit of diversity there at the very least. It's just a question I haven't really had a lot of time to spend trying to flesh out this squad, and honestly, I don't think I like this very much as I don't have a very strong front line. I may have to cut something out to get a little more power, is what it's looking like. And with that said, I might cut out one of the artillery and try to add a couple of great swords. I can only add a single great swords in. It's not as exciting as I thought it would be, but it's an option nonetheless. What do I do with my remaining 150 cash though? Do I get another set of handgunners, which are going to be really tricky to utilize because of their straight line of fire? I don't know. It's only a single set of great swords, but I think what I can do, I'm probably going to adjust this based on the matchup or the map anyway. And as a result, I'm not going to really stick with this, I think. But I don't feel nearly as fragile now, although I would like to have multiple artillery at the very least. Try to incorporate a little bit of my Skaven army into this, and hopefully... Oh, I should have saved... Let me save that first, that might help me. And that way, I don't have to change this every single time. But we'll give it a try. It's more of a rushed kind of army. I haven't really put a lot of time into it. Truth be told there, as compared to my other armies, at the very least. Oh, we get a match immediately. I wonder what that means. We potentially had someone waiting forever, or just perfect timing, I guess. Otherwise, what does the map look like? Big hill slope here, which riflemen are not going to be very effective for if I'm going to stick with Empire. I want to downgrade to the crossbowmen probably for that. Unless I somehow could deploy up here right off the bat, that would make things interesting. And from the looks of it, one of us is going to be stuck on the low ground maybe, and one of us is going to be stuck with the slope in our face. Both of which I don't really like all that much. But I'm just going to get a handful of crossbowmen. And that leaves me 250 cash. If I remove one of these swordmen, that 657, can I get another great sword? Is that possible? What would I have to cut? We're facing off against orcs. I don't know how much speed is going to be a factor here. Can I cut another 70 gold somewhere? That's what I'm wondering. I could downgrade the Outriders, because their mounts are pretty quick as well. And maybe just get some Pistoliers, is it? And that doesn't give me what I want. Now let me get some more, another set of great swords. That gives me 130 to kind of buy back what I took off. And I can't really afford much else. What can I upgrade? Just upgrade one rank in the demigryphs, I guess, and give them a try. Although it is a question if the halberds are ideal for this army or not. They are rushing squads, and in theory I could have gotten rid of the rockets. Hell, I was thinking maybe getting a Hellblaster for something that was armored, if I had to deal with that, but this map probably does not encourage that, if I'm honest. And it looks like it's top to bottom, okay. And I'm gonna get the slope, which could be good for my crossbowmen, being protected against their cavalry slightly. But that might be the only benefit I have here. We'll have to take a look what the map actually looks like first, as this looks a lot steeper than it probably is on the map, if I'm honest. Wow, really? Yeah, there is elevation. It just does not look as steep as I thought. Okay, I take that completely back. It's a lot steeper than it at first impressions kind of dictated. Although, safe to say, I don't want a corner camp. That seems like a terrible idea. I'm going to be letting them charge down a slope really well. Up here seems like it could be pretty good. I got some slopes to help protect a bit. I just don't know how far I'm going to be able to deploy right off the bat. Until they're loaded in, I'm not going to know either. Oh, there's life. Indication of units being loaded. Alright, so that's that's really good, I want to argue. Swordsman. Now, they loaded up really quickly there before, and I need to be mindful of that. They could deploy and just really quick and just start up almost immediately. Although, my light, I don't think I'm fond of my light wizard all that much, if I'm honest, for this type of matchup, but I want to try and diverse or practice other wizards outside of the dang the healing one, ideally, if I can manage it. Yep, there's the quick. I was kind of predicting that. The Empire endures. I predicted that was going to happen. Demigryph Knights. Pistoliers. Hellstorm. Great swords get in position. What do you bid? I don't know what to do with the other great swords, but great swords. Ready for war. Alright, let's get this all set up, because I kind of predicted this was gonna happen a little bit. Hellstorm rocket battery. Now, I don't like both my demigryphs over here, if I'm honest, in case they flank on the left side, which is going to make it really tricky to control them. Hellstorm! Swordsman! Hellstorm rocket battery! I am prepared. Yes, General. Okay, they did very fast deployment as yeah, it's very basic type of deployment. Can I do damage needed? And take advantage of their rushed nature. Ready for war. Go. Ready. As I would love to attack this catapult right now, and they're gonna make it easy for me. Yeah. This. Oh, I hope my catapult's attacking what I want. Oh. Oh, that was a mistake. I thought that was an attack I did not want them to do. Alright. Just go over there, back up. They've broken already. How much speed do I have versus them? 62 versus my 90. I can get away.
Crossbows ready, General. Heavy grip knights with a twin-tailed comet. Take the ground.
Yeah, just attack the Gork.
Obey. Formation. March.
And I gotta get my units controlled properly, which would be pretty good here.
Attack.
And make sure my counter charges are going too. Come on, let me attack. I already know my lord's being attacked, but your icon's blocking this stupid order.
Swordsman. We serve the Emperor. Get
And I don't like it one bit.
Heavy grip knights.
My guys got tagged when I wanted to go after the Gork, the idol.
Call France. Obey. No lingering.
Now, where are my great swords?
For France. Heavy grip knights.
Try and go after this rogue idol, ideally. Because the catapult's broken, the boys are about to get killed. They do have shields.
For the Emperor. Yes, sir. Quickly. To me, man. Roar. Withdraw.
And I'm not using my abilities at all either, which is really annoying on my wizard.
Illuminate walls. Great swords. Ready to serve.
Come on, Pistoliers.
Go. Yes, General. Attack.
Try and remember, what hotkey did I have these dang Pistoliers on? Because I'm doing a terrible job. Oh, they're not on a control group right now.
Yes, sir.
That explains that then. Kill the Lord off and hopefully... Lord is dead.
My subjects call.
Yeah, I'm doing a terrible job controlling this. This is what I get with no time to actually practice or prepare. Or no real warm-up, I guess.
Swords for France! For the twin-tailed comet! Soldiers of the Empire! Take position! Crossbowmen! Moving faster! Demigriff Knights! Quick march!
Now, how do I fix this?
Quick march! This is my command!
Because they're broken. These guys could actually break with a good charge.
For the Emperor! Yes, sir! Quickly! Crossbowmen!
And I'm currently skirmishing right now, which doesn't help a whole lot.
Steep! Yes, sir! Quickly! The Empire endures!
Nah, I was hoping to do like a terror break on them, but they regened enough of their
We serve the
their morale.
Prepare for combat! Withdraw!
Yeah, I'm losing my train of focus already.
That is might! Ready for war! We serve the
Alright, you guys go support.
Crossbows ready, General!
Get the bows in there.
Sigma preserve us!
We are kind of outrunning them a little bit, but my Pistoliers are out of ammo. I do have Hellstorm rocket ammo, but
Take position! Yes, my lord!
what do I need to do? Just fight off these boys or black orcs.
Ready for war! Prepare for combat!
Ideally, they're still running away from the black orcs. I could still evade them quite well. I'm just, again, doing a terrible job. And I'm not liking it.
Illumination upon them! Withdraw!
Did my lord just die? Yeah, my lord just died. Rough start to a session there. Since they're... I dealt with the boar boys really well, just because I had faster mobility. Just terrible control as usual. to start off. And I don't even think I like... I don't even know if I like this army too terribly much, but even then, I didn't have the muscle and the means to deal with their black orcs. My greatswords could do damage to their black orcs without a doubt, but still. Let's see. Boar boys did a ridiculous amount of damage there apparently. Only thing I really had to deal with black orcs was just really my... I did have my halberds, which could have been useful, but I wouldn't want them to have gone after the rogue idol as well. And that miscontrol early on really hurt me. If it's the same person, we're going to try this again, but I don't think it is with a name called Mellow War. Let's try this again with a little more improvement this time, damn it. I'm not happy with that control one bit. There's some trees. Oh, they're already readied up there. I'm assuming it's the same person, maybe then in that case. Let's cut out the artillery this time. Bonus damage versus large, which could be good against the black orcs. Oh, I don't have the money. Or either of them, really. And what else could I get that actually would be useful here? Boss protection, maybe? As I did not use the netted Amatog at all, but that's kind of being able to snare something down, ideally. And we do have Pistoliers, which can be good at maybe shooting down the rogue idol. Let me actually control my army a little bit better this time, dang it. As I do have the mobility to just cripple their siege weaponry without an issue. We've kind of seen that. I just need to get my control groups in order. That was terrible and I'm not happy with it. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to fight through trees, which could be a bit problematic.
Loaded, sir.
Now, get my Pistoliers to the side. Hopefully they can be useful there. And remember, very fast deployment is likely what's gonna happen here.
The Empire endures. Hand gunners! Loaded, sir! General!
Now, where's my other great sword?
My subjects call! Ready for war! We await your orders!
Demi-grip on the left, Demi-grip on the right. Pistoliers up in the vanguard position and maybe spot, prepare for something.
To me, men!
Let's see if I can actually do this properly. Damn it.
Swordsmen! Crossbows ready, General! Our steeds are restless!
No.
Outriders!
No, I don't think I need you there.
I serve Hish!
Although apparently I can't change their control groups
Ready
now.
for war!
For some reason. There we go.
Outriders! Light is might! We are Sigmar's heirs!
We'll see how this goes. The really fast deployment time means they have a preset army, which doesn't mean a whole lot at face value, but we'll see. Oh, I still have the grenade launchers too, which could be pretty useful here. They could do a lot of damage, they just can't shoot and move. Or at least they can't shoot 360, I suppose is the accurate statement. But they could do a lot of damage to Black Orcs if I can get them off. Maybe? I'm not sure if that's true or not. I don't have a siege weapon this time though, which maybe is probably a good thing, but again, I would like to diversify this from my Bretonnian army, ideally. Which is why I want to try and sneak the artillery or at least the unique range weaponry in there.
Yes, my lord. Formation! March! To battle!
Alright,
Swordsman! For skull split!
so those are... we know who those
We
are.
Sigmar's heirs! At speed! Quick march! Demigryph knights! We are ready! Get them! Charge!
We did a lot of damage to their night goblins at least, but
Take the ground!
Biggins attack.
Now! For the Emperor!
Squig hoppers in the back.
To battle!
And alright, I don't know what exactly that was, but alright, backstab them. I know they are unbreakable. That's something the important note here. And we're just crippling these guys right now. Actually, I should be going after Doom Divers.
The Empire endures! Formation march! To battle! Crossbows ready, General! Prepare for combat! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Can we snare them?
Vanish!
Okay, I nailed them, which I hope is a good thing.
Prepare for combat! My rule is absolute!
Although, we need to kill them quickly for it to really matter.
Crossbowman! Emperor's might!
We just demolished the Doom Diver with little effort. Now, let's actually clean up this mess quickly.
Sigmar, command!
I think we're in good shape here, but it is definitely a different person than I expected, or at least a completely different army. Now, where is...
I will not stand up!
there you are.
Moving faster! No lingering! For the Emperor!
Just get back, get to cover,
Our weapons are yours!
and
Send this out!
these guys are just wrecking them.
Taking position!
They did their job already. Just look at that value for very little micromanagement.
We are... No lingering!
Alright, great swords, get over there. Pistoliers, Night Gobos. Was it 8 peak loonies are about to die? It says Night Goblins, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that they could have fanatics hidden in them, which is silly because I know they're a regiment renowned, so I don't know if that's actually helpful for keep.
Outriders!
Oh, I thought you were going to help me attack over here, but I guess not. Why is this red, I wonder? That confuses me a little bit, but let's see if we can do some damage here. Get these two range units in order. Actually, just flank them. That sounds good.
Outriders!
You're almost out of ammo, but you're still paid for yourselves some.
Orders!
Although your shots are terrible because you're shooting at the lingering troops.
To battle! What? Take the ground!
Alright, time for another Amatog.
Luminous calls!
Probably a terrible idea, I will admit, considering I have no way to really kill him off.
For France!
But squigs are dying easily. They're dying quickly.
Conditions
I got handgunners to help fight these guys off
for combat!
until he decides to melee me, which he's about to do.
Gunners! Swordsman! For
They got that covered.
withdraw! Ready!
I don't know who's fighting there, unfortunately, or the demigryphs, so
Yes!
I did a lot of damage to him.
Moving now!
If for some reason they have full morale, but yet they're still broken. That confuses me a little bit, if I'm completely honest.
For the Empire!
No, I want 3. That was not a very good shot,
Yes!
but let's get the rest of my troops in order to help out here.
To battle! This is my command! Moving now!
Get your stamina up. Yes, they're taking the bait there.
Wizard!
They're completely shattered, so go over and help out.
Demigryph Knight!
Now, how's things over here?
Swordsman!
They're broken, but that doesn't mean much yet. And I shouldn't waste time chasing after them.
Take the ground! Take the ground!
Alright, everyone in.
Outriders!
Yeah, Outriders are doing nice damage because of their tight bunch. Tight formation. But they're out of ammo now.
The Empire endures!
Gotta remember my hotkeys. Just snare them, keep them from running. We're just gonna wipe out this entire army, hopefully. And Outriders, you go after the Spider Riders, ideally. Oh, they're making me angry. I don't like... You won't like me when I'm angry, damn it.
Now! Ah!
Although, how is his health? He's almost dead right now.
Carl France!
Get Carl out of there into safety, because he has the mobility for it.
Obey! Charge!
And just go after the archers and terrify them. Because that's what Terror does.
Withdraw!
And who are you? You're the big boss. Not the Lord, though. Let's keep that in mind. Oh, Skarsnik. Oh,
Position!
I'm about to die here.
Crossbows ready, General!
Alright, kill them off. Who's left?
Sparta's the
Can we kill off Skarsnik somehow here?
My subjects call! Withdraw! Quick march!
Are you guys unbreakable or something? I'm just wondering. No, they can't be unbreakable, but...
Moving now!
Yeah, I just condemned Karl Franz to death there almost, but thankfully, it was enough to break them.
On way! Seeking enemy! Go! Now!
Everyone's breaking here, including...
Quick march! Taking position!
This could... I have the advantage, but those archers are going to kill me really quick.
To me, man!
200 health. That should break him because of terror.
No lingering! Moving faster!
Good, he's completely shattered. I will take that.
Fight them!
And I still have 200 health. I am good.
Moving!
Bit of a scare, but they don't have enough firepower. And now that is over. Hello, Black Templar. Welcome to the stream. Thankfully, you missed my horrible warm-up match. But I feel like that was vindicated quite heavily, although mainly because my opponent ignored the Outriders. Look at that ridiculous damage. I think they were, what, 800 gold? And I got almost triple value out of them. Good God. Everything else was pretty decent there. I'm happy with how the handgunners did, considering they're really tricky to kind of get value out of due to the fact they line of sight's such an issue. Great swords didn't do much, sadly. There was a lot of goblins, honestly, so it's not like they were the best units for this type of match. Swordmen were relatively decent for what I kind of invested in them for. Hell, most of them even had full health or were still in good standing. I'm really happy with that. Now, I just gotta figure out what is it that I don't like about this army. There is some... Oh, what time is it? Blood Bowl? Who's playing now? Who's playing in Blood Bowl now? Because I don't know what time it is otherwise if it's not Blood Bowl, damn you. Although, it always is a habit, it seems like, that there's a Blood Bowl match going on when I want to stream some Total Warhammer. Which I'm fine with. I can't remember if I want to stream Saturday or Friday it was, and there was a match going on. And I chose not to stream to let that happen. So I could watch it, but I can't remember honestly. Same fellas before. I am going to mix up a bit. Who would be... who do I want to play with? Crumpin' time, huh? Unfortunately, I'm not sure what that means. I'm probably an idiot for not realizing it might be Orcs related. I'm just wondering, who do I want to play as? Because it looks like they're waiting till I pick something. If I had to guess. Now let's take Bretonnians. I did not play them last stream. Just a question on how do I want to tweak this. I have pole arms to help with cavalry. I have a lot of troops for a front line, but at the same time, my front line is pretty fragile. I can't remember what your trait is. Oh, you're anti-large, alright. You work with the halberds, ideally. I have 2 anti-infantry cavalry and 2 anti-large cavalry, one of which has encourage, which I gotta keep in mind. And yeah, King Louis, I look forward to seeing how well I can harass with you with your life regeneration. I'm just trying to take this time to remember my strategy. Of course, with the Reliquary, I want my front line to stay as resilient as possible, and that's kind of why I have the Knights of the Lion-Hearted. Or if my king is not around to provide leadership, at least they hopefully can do that. While King Louis can hopefully harass some ranged units or some vulnerable units. Never mind the fact that my units get buffed if he's at half health, so I kind of want to get aggressive with him early on. I just need to know what spells to watch out for, as far as Orcs are concerned. I have absolutely no idea what kind of spells to expect. I haven't played with Orcs enough. Someone's gonna get stomped. Hopefully it's not me. Hey, I've been on this map before. This was back in my single player campaign. Now, if I remember correctly, he likes to deploy quickly, even though it wasn't really the case last time. So let's keep that in mind, as my time will be limited, and I'm not going to be able to give very much commentary as a result of that. Let's see, halberds. If I could pay close enough attention to you, you could be pretty good. Knights Errant. You're going to do the hammer anvil, help out there. Louis, ideally, is going to draw fire. Maybe waste a lot of their ammo if I'm so lucky. And just gets me some early free damage. And peasant mob are what you would expect a peasant mob. Ideally, they take the initial charge hits. And that way, everyone else can be left in better standing. Oh, I have a third unit. I don't want a third unit here, dang it. I want my knights. Thank you. Knights of the Realm. Ideally, if I can micromanage this, I want you to stay near the thick of the fighting for your encouragement. Now, where is my other one? There you are. Reliquary, you're good there. I am wondering if he's going to take Skarsnik again. No. I think I'm ready here. I just gotta be very quick to know who I can charge. Because I gotta remember, anti-infantry is on the left there, anti-large is over on the right here. And they had a lot of vanguard units. I gotta keep that in mind. At least the last mission. the last battle rather. And I would like to be prepared for that, as they try to surround me and everything, and I don't have the convenience of Vanguard to just harass them while they're busy overwhelming themselves with their Vanguard micro. Otherwise, Damsel of Life just heals my cavalry, and well, I shouldn't need to heal my king, ideally, because again, if he's at half health, I'm kind of buffing my army, as I didn't take any of that out for to fit this army. I didn't even make any tweaks to my army, honestly. Either way, the big question is, maybe I should have got rid of the halberds. I don't think I need nearly 3 squads of them. Alright, so they're just stalking and vanguarding, it looks like. Or they're just hiding behind this ledge, if that's even possible. Nope. Alright, so this is some sneaky gobbo shenanigans. The real question is, how am I going to spot them? As nasty skulkers are dangerous. They can root me in place, I believe.
The lady protects me.
And honestly, I have the health regen, so
Bretonnians, attack! Post
so a lot of boys.
awaiting orders. Quickly now. We
This is
obey.
going to be a mess.
On to glory! At speed! I am ready! Advance! Glory to Britannia! Swiftly! Very well!
Again, nasty skulkers. I'm really afraid of nasty skulkers, as I don't know how terrifying those could be yet.
Get up! Righteous fury! Immediately! To my banner!
Alright, get my king out of there because they took the bait.
Squad!
Although I am committing too many units to one squad.
Shift it!
At once!
Alright, my king got out, that's fine. There are mushrooms that are causing frenzy.
For the king!
Regrowth on these guys.
Feel true power!
We serve our liege! We are ready!
Alright, now I gotta remember my hotkeys quickly because this is a big mess. They're no longer in rage, and I did heal them, so hopefully they're alright. Easily healing 4 units here. And I gotta remember my archers have poison. I want to debilitate them as much as I can.
Smite them!
And these guys again have courage, so get them in the thick of the fighting with my main army before they start breaking.
Shield high!
And speaking of which, I probably need to use stand my ground here in a moment to help rally these guys.
Now! Serve and obey!
Assassins after me,
It shall be!
but I got speed, I got mobility, and I can fly. I just want to make sure these guys don't break on me.
Serve the king! Break them!
Peasants are doing what you expect.
The lion! I am king here!
Now, who is AWOL?
Awaiting
All the guys that just rallied, basically.
Bretonnia! Trample them!
Squig hoppers will deal few.
King Louis Leocoeur! Swiftly!
King Louis can heal himself. I will have mana for a regen pretty soon.
Post haste!
So Grail Knights, ideally, I want you to get a nice big heal here.
The true heart shall prevail!
Shield high! Die, Faye!
This is a mess. I'm not controlling my units the best.
I honor my vow!
But Squig hoppers can be rushed down. They'll break quickly enough.
Bretonia! To war! Righteous fury!
And I see something broken there. I just don't know if it's mine or not.
The lady with it!
For Our Lady!
Okay, I'm enraged, but I still have plenty of health. I can outlast this.
Armed and ready. Kill 'em all!
And sadly, I don't think these knights have enough health to kind of do the damage needed. Alright, Gluey, get out. Regenerate your health a bit.
Yes.
You will win me this battle if I can keep you regenerating.
Damsel!
Again, I just gotta figure out my controls right now.
Hastily. Charge. Ready
Kill
for
the...
battle.
Yeah, kill the big boss, please. That would be nice.
At speed!
They're all rallying.
Test done. For the Grail. Quick.
Let's get everyone rallied together if I can somehow afford that.
Quick march.
And let's not forget about the friggin' Doom Diver. It's really important to kill off right now. Oh, my damsel just routed because of the Doom Divers.
Shift it.
Fanatics there are causing problems. Hammer and Anvil will be perfect on these goblins right now.
Knights errant.
I thought I had you go after the goblins, maybe I misclicked. And I am regenerating health.
This is my rear.
I am just not buffing my troops as much as I would like.
Battle ready. To war.
All shall know.
2 sets of archers there.
Cleanse our land.
Break them as well as you can there, King or Louis.
Apace. As you say, the lion's will.
I should win this just because of health regeneration, potentially. It says it's in my favor already, it's just a mess. It's a really big mess.
The lady and my right.
Now,
Priestess
who do I have still standing? I have you for your encourage, which is going to be important.
Shields. Aye. As you say.
How much reserve? 17 reserve if I can get that far.
Bretonia.
Okay, they're broken, but they're not out yet. You rallied. Go run them down. I don't know what kind of spell it is, sadly, so I'm left a bit in the dark.
Kill 'em all. King Luan Leoker.
I would like you to run off the map. Perfect, perfect. You are not coming back.
The lady wills it. For the lady.
They're completely shattered, perfect. Doom Divers are unmanned. I like this too. Now I just gotta... Nope. I think we have enough troops going after them.
Champion of the
Let me just get Foe Seeker for a little more speed and endurance. Or figure, I guess, is the word I'm looking for.
High to glory.
And where are my Knights of the Grail? They have perfect
With
figure.
haste.
They just need health.
Awaiting orders.
I don't know. There's only 7 of them left. I don't think I can actually regenerate any of their health because of that. There goes my Knight Errants, but they're not too terrifying.
My lord. Quick march.
Let me just get my figure all built up,
Ho man.
ideally, while Louis regenerates his health a bit.
Quickly now.
He is now at half health. The longer this drags out, the better for me. The honest truth of the matter is,
The lion's will.
I just ideally want to try keeping these guys still so they can recover their stamina a bit.
King Luan Leoker.
Let's see here. These are biggins. I don't like you. And again, they're completely shattered. They're out of the equation.
On to
And there is a Hittin boy.
shield. Aye.
There are Hittin orc boys around. Who the hell are you?
We are ready. Knights of the air.
Are you my units? You look like my units. I just don't know if you are my units.
Knights errant at speed.
Let's see.
anon.
13 mana, but who the hell do I regen besides everyone with the AoE heal?
Shields. Aye.
If I'm completely honest. I just heal all 4 of them, because again, I don't think my knights are going to benefit from this heal as much.
Come unto me.
They are regenerating. That's probably the last heal I'm going to get, and it's probably worth it.
Run 'em through!
Yep, and everyone's in good... Yeah, everyone's all rested up now. I think that was a good choice. Although I am taking damage from something apparently, because King Louis dropped health since I last used them.
With all haste! God help us! At once!
I don't have to do a damn thing in all honesty. Just stay flying and just buff everyone's morale. That's all I literally need to do. And then I'll go after the spoils afterwards.
With haste! Immediately! Charge!
Victory is mine. I had the health regeneration, so in theory, I should win that almost no matter what. I just was not privy to the fact he was getting hit by something. And even then, he still didn't pay for himself, sadly. But that was fun. A bit of a ridiculous mess, as I said before. Ooh, let's see, archers did decently enough. The knights errants, I believe, paid for themselves. I can't remember if how expensive these guys are. But the Grail Knights almost paid for themselves too. That was fun. I think I might give it a moment. So ideally, we can maybe get a different opponent. I think we played the same guy multiple times. Although, I could still make it interesting by switch up my faction at the very least. But I don't know how I feel about that Empire team in all honesty. Let me have a quick look and see how would I want to modify that. Of course, it would heavily depend on who I was up against. I do want to play with artillery though. It's just the honest question, do I have too many ranged infantry to go with said artillery if I was to go with 2 of them? I'll have to think on this a bit, but now the big question, what army will I go with next? High Elves or Lizardmen? Let's see. I still need to flesh out what issues I'm having with this roster, and it could be because I have too much of a death ball with these Cold One Riders, and a lot of their attacks as a result of them being grouped together is heavily being mitigated when they're both charging from the same angle. Ideally, I might have better luck just upgrading them to Horned Ones maybe. That way it's only a single unit. I just would have extra 500 gold to put somewhere. Oh, is this the same fella? We will know in a moment. Yep, it's the same fella. Our goblin friend. I want to try playing with Lizardmen more. But we can kind of metagame what he might do a little bit. How do we want to play with that? My Source Warriors can just straight up beat any... Oh, they switched to Dark Elves. It's a little bit different, they already raid up. Can I get away with the Horned Ones and Krokgar? God damn it. You're not gonna let me switch to Krokgar, are you? Trying to understand this nuance there a bit, but I could go with regular Cold One Riders if we're dealing with Dark Elves. Let's keep that in mind. I don't know what to honestly expect. Let's see. Midnight Wind. I would like Wind Blast, but I don't have the cash for it. Oh well, we'll see if we can improve with the bad luck I've been having before. At least with my Cold One Riders, I don't think I'm getting nearly as much value as I should with them. And another thing I didn't realize for so long with my Skink Priest and the Stegodon is I have a friggin' siege crossbow on that thing. I was not using my siege weaponry at all on that Stegodon. Even though it doesn't really mean much if they also have siege weaponry. But it could be really handy against, what is it? Can be really handy against their air units, or any mobile units. Since it should still be relatively accurate. Now how quickly are we getting until he auto-deploys? Because again, that's the scene we're getting with this opponent here. And I do like having the elevation here. And I think I'm going to go over here because of that. Temple Guard in the middle. And if there's any Vanguard units, I can hopefully just ambush them over here. Although, I am not hitting from the looks of it. And I'm a little annoyed that I can't hide my units here. You can hide, but not anyone else. Still annoys me. And I don't like it. Alright, finally got someone hitting. It may not mean much, but it is something. Alright, they're set. Skink Priest, you're there. Who is left? Just the Cruxgore. Or not the Cruxgore, but the Carnosaur. It sounds similar enough. They're the same thing, right? Now, where do I want the skirmishers? Just to be bait. Over here to maybe bait them into my Cold One Riders, which would be really nice. I gotta make sure I'm hitting some friggin' trees, though. There, that's better. Now, where is my Skink Priest? There's where you're hiding. I don't know how much I like this, honestly. Because I feel like there's still a lot of fleshing out I need to do with this army. Especially when I couldn't switch over to my Horned ones or even Croc Guard, damn it. Due to my opponent's insistent nature to ready up instantly for some reason. Alright. Again, I want to be bait. They do have chariots. Okay, they have bolt throwers, so... Gotta be cautious of that. And actually, yeah, they're just gonna shoot and they do armor piercing too, do they? Yeah, they're armor piercing, so they're kind of perfect for wrecking my poor little guys. Get the Carnosaur going. I am shooting the chariot some, which may not mean a whole lot, but... Now we're going straight for the Reaper Bolt Thrower, and hopefully we can do something with that. And let's use this Phallus of Doom to try and just ignore his formation. Gotta get all my units in there. I'm doing a terrible job controlling this, apparently. Come on, guys, you can move. You're not enraged. Witch elves aren't hitting you right now. Now, if they can turn around, we can hurt them. Now, can we attack this bolt thrower, even though it may not be needed? Gotta remember my hotkeys. Okay, they're completely broken. That's good. Go after a bolt thrower. I honestly would like... Yeah, Temple Guard are gonna take a while to get here, sadly. But Skink Priest can hold his own for a bit. In fact, let's just switch dance partners. Can we get away with that? Can we switch dance partners? Yes, although I'm gonna need some backup still for my lord. Let's not kid ourselves. Which is why I need the cavalry to get up here. Come on, why can't... Dang it, that was terrible. He just died immediately there. And they have halberds, let's keep that in mind too. Alright, Cold One Riders, deal with them. My lord is alive, so that helps with morale temporarily. Yeah, not going well so far. They have a lot of armor piercing. And of course my halberds aren't going to be able to do anything about their units in her very quickly. I did take out their chariots, which may not mean much in the grand scheme of it, because I don't know how expensive those chariots even are. But I do have a siege bolt to maybe shoot the lord. Cold One Riders are breaking. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna lose this one here. That was bad decisions. Terrible mistake to kind of commit to fighting the Manticore because I did not see the halberds. And I took a ridiculous amount of damage still from their debuffs. And all their units have armor piercing too, so my units were gonna die quickly no matter what if I didn't manage this. Unfortunately. Now we wreck through them. Let's do it again. Yeah, looks like this is all over. Looks like this is a loss. Give me a moment there. For some reason, I lost access to my chat channel. Alright, so how can we correct this here? Since that was all armor piercing, if I can get away with some skinks and more mobile units, that would give me a lot more longevity, I think. But I don't know how much armor piercing realistically expect that the Dark Elves can bring. There's a problem there. It looks like every one of their units basically had armor piercing. And as a result, again, if I can get away with skinks and smaller stuff, maybe I can do decently there. As this bolt thrower did almost nothing there, what did the most damage? Shades. Yeah, these guys did ridiculous damage here. Just dark shards with the armor-piercing arrows, I think. From the looks of it. It was just the archers that did me in there. I just don't think the Stegodon or my Carnosaur are really good at dealing with the archers. And I have spear swords there. And I can't retweak my army either because of them immediately queuing in. From the looks of it. Or at least I can't change my friggin' lord. Although Krokgar wasn't really all that great of a choice in retrospect. Now, how do I tweak this here? Horns ones without that would be better there. My problem is, though, is trying to figure out what to do with my remaining 500 cash. Because it won't let me upgrade to an ancient Stegodon or anything like that. As I tried before. I could downgrade more. Yeah, downgrade maybe one of the Source Warriors for some. I don't think I need red-crested skinks. I'm just wondering if the regular skinks will, with the javelins, might be able to do it for me. More skirmishers alone would be nice. I just don't have enough money for an extra skink, or chameleon skink is the problem. And even if I downgrade this to regular skinks, I would be 100 gold short. What would I take out? That would only give me 60. I could take this off here, since it's going to be really tricky to get the most value out of a one-time use ability. I'm going to give this another try. I don't have a lot of diversity available to me. And I think they're going Bretonnians, which could be fun. Again, it's a question. How do I incorporate some skinks in here? Cold One Riders can be useful against their cavalry, but again, theirs are more powerful, theirs are more expensive. I should not expect to win that. And they're going to have really cheap front line. I don't believe I need the Temple Guard. For trying to hunt them down is going to be a pain in the ass. Salamanders could be fun, though. You're a perfect figure. You can rampage. You cause fear. I don't believe I need stand my ground, do I? And it's honestly a question, how do I get value out of this amulet with a one-time use? It's powerful, but I still need to get value out of it. And you are anti-large, are you? Yeah, you're anti-large. Oh, and you have stock too. That seems perfect for baiting them into the cavalry. Potentially. My 4 Saurus warriors should be able to deal with any oh, they switched to Skaven. Let's not get too excited yet. There's not very many monstrous creatures. I'm tempted just to downgrade to a horned one here. Why can't I switch my lord? We'll get Grimlock or Krokgar in here for a little bit of fun. And I have 1200 for what? I don't think I need another Temple Guard, I don't think I need my Temple Guard, do I? This is a good opportunity for some skinks to maybe harass, flank, and buffer a bit. I think this could work out well. Although you are anti-large, I should not get too excited about that. I don't know if you're going to have very many large creatures to honestly attack. It just would be fun to rampage around, regardless. Dang it, I don't have the money. Yeah, you're anti-large as well, so let's just stick with Grimlock. And get the Umbral Tie back out. And we are dealing with Skaven. I would like... I don't think Curse of Midnight Wind is all that important. I don't think so anyway. Because a lot of their units should be pretty weak. Unless they're going ranged. That could be scary a little bit. Alright. I don't know how I feel about Krokgar in this army. I don't think I need the anti-large nearly as much. What honestly would be a good alternative though? Maybe get a couple of Bastildons to go with the Stegodon maybe. Especially if I can get some siege weaponry. Is that even a good idea? Well, I'm forgetting that Clan Mode, was it the Twisted and Twilight DLC, encouraged monstrous type of creatures. Going with that kind of formation, so Grimlock could still be useful here. And I have anti-large Salamanders to help deal with them too. I just hope I gave my opponent enough time to pick the army. Okay, they are ready. Which I'm hoping means they are all set. Riding around with a Carnosaur should be a lot of fun, but again, I gotta be efficient with them. Gotta charge in there, wreck some stuff, maybe bait out some attacks, or some units over there. Disrupt their formation ideally for something. I just gotta be careful of rattling gunners and anything that I can't really micro dodge essentially. Siege weaponry I should be able to dodge, rattling gunners I should not be able to. Globadiers I could dodge. It's just the rattling gunners I need to be watching for. Hell, I think I can even to a limited extent dodge the Jezzails a little bit until I get in close. And I did not even pay attention to the map, silly me. This is going to be my downfall if I don't take that seriously. At the very least, most of my units should be protected behind the hill until I get up there. We have 2 Chameleon Skinks to harass. Although I gotta be careful. With gutter runners or anything like that, they could easily just appear right here in my face. You have stock, but you don't have Vanguard deployment. These guys are, of course, pretty slow, so that's probably where Grimlock's stalling and drawing their fire is going to be important. If not the Stegodon, if I can manage it somehow. Horned ones, you can have your fun. Now, what do we do with our Skinks? Of course, they're providing flanks, and if the opportunity presents itself, I want them to go after range units. And now the big question is Salamanders. They will be hidden at all times until I attack with them. And I don't know how to best take advantage of that. Besides baiting baiting units into my Cold One Riders or my Lord or even my Chameleon Skinks. So if I can, just have them over here in case. I'll give them another moment or so to get ready. Now, what are the biggest threats here? Just a lot of range, really, because I seem to be doing a bad job just dealing with range in general, especially with the lizardmen. I do have the horn one, should be amazing against them, in theory. Hopefully I can do that there. Skink skirmishers can be annoying. The skinks again, if they can get close to him, they can tie him up and maybe win most of those matchups. Unless they're like the gunner runners that are still decent in melee. But everything else they should be able to tackle, they just gotta get there. Alright, I think we given them enough time, hopefully. Now. Yep, it is a monstrous, well, there are slingers anyway. I could fight these guys. There's a lot of hit and use is what this tells me, and they have a Hell Pit Abomination. If you don't brace, I'm gonna run you over. You are not bracing. Oh, where is... I'm trying to figure out which one is the abilities that... Oh, this is the explosion. Alright, get everyone in this mess. This is just a bit of a monster mash. Come on. Box selecting doesn't work and it's annoying. Yeah, whenever I try and box select with these icons, it doesn't work out very well. Alright, we could deal with the wolf rats easily enough. Isolate one-on-one fight, which hopefully works out well. No, not really. I do have the speed advantage, right? No, they have more speed than me, dang it. Yep, you're just pretty much gonna die in a moment, aren't you? Saved your lord. Although you're not you're probably not the best equipped for this, but yeah, and that thing is definitely ridiculous in its momentum. And they're just hunting down my dang Stegodon, sadly. Yeah, physical resistance. Get the horn ones in there. This is this is already a loss from the looks of it, dang it. All they did was just Zerg rush me, and sadly, my army was not equipped to deal with this. I'm just gonna lose immediately regardless. Now, can we kill off the Lord? It's not gonna make much of a difference, but we'll see what happens here. Did we even kill the Lord? I can't even see what's going on here, dang it. There's speed 95 and I'm speed 105, but that's not gonna last very long. And I did not get the kill, sadly. And he's regenerating his friggin' health too. That is unfortunate. How could I handle that better? Well, really, having the Salamanders hit that mess would have been amazing. I need the Salamanders over there sooner. They could have done so much damage in that clump. And sadly, they just wrecked my monstrous creatures there too. My Stegodon got murdered. And yeah, my Lord got beaten, but he was kind of outnumbered a little bit. The Source Warriors couldn't do enough damage or couldn't even be enough of a buffer, apparently. That is unfortunate. All I really need to do is just be aware of the threat that the rat ogres and the monstrous creatures would be there. As I got free damage on the Eshin tribe after all. And then I was able to get back. I just didn't have the units that needed to be there. Well, we'll take a break from Lizardmen for now. I'm just not having a good run with them. Never mind, my Skinks didn't really go after any ideal targets either, if I'm completely honest. Not that there was really a lot of targets they could go after either. If they had javelins, they could have poisoned the rat ogres and their lord. But with their cudgels, they couldn't poison or even provide support. We are playing Orcs, we are dealing with Rush, which makes me wonder if I want to go all the way up into Lotzen Sea Guards or not, with the shields at that. I could almost get 3 of them. I would like to get 3 of them. They single-handedly will deal with any of their cavalry almost. Now, what can I cut with that said? I don't think I need harmonic convergence here. That will give me the resources I need. I have a nice strong ranged army, or force. They're just shorter range than normal. And I want... Actually, let me get one in the middle there, and then that... Hopefully... I have 17 seconds to make this work. Three squads of Swordmasters hopefully are pretty decent. The deal... Again, I don't know how much armor to realistically expect, though. The Black Orcs has me paranoid I'm going to be dealing with nothing but heavy armor, but if I'm up against another heavy Goblin army, this is I feel more comfortable having the 2 Swordmasters, if I'm honest. If I'm completely honest. Now, it looks like we got the flat slope. And ideally, they're going to be very aggressive. They're going to try and put pressure on me right early. Ideally. They do have siege weaponry, though. And I do have a Sun Dragon for my Lord to hopefully allow for some harassing if they're relying heavily on siege. We're gonna have to see what happens. Again, I don't feel very comfortable with... I should have got the White Wolves. That probably would have been a better choice now that I think of it. I completely did not think about the White Wolves. They actually would have been a perfect middle ground there, essentially. Giving me good armor, good infantry damage, and I would have been able to afford 3 of them. Oh, I don't want chariots over here.
As you say. Battle calls.
Dragon Princes, you're good there.
Swordmaster of Hoeth.
Spearmen. Without fail.
Swordmasters are in the middle, and hopefully
Loyal.
my spearmen can protect my flank decently.
Servant of the tower. I'm waiting. Without fail. Swordmaster of Hoeth.
So I gotta remember which one does not have the shield. The one in middle. I can live with that.
Shall be done.
I think that's good enough, or at least the best I could ask for.
Lordan Seaguard. Dragon Princes. Guardian of Order. Loyal. Understood.
Oh, let's get you in the group.
Swordmaster of Hoeth.
They're all positioned as they should. Just the chariot
Tiranoc chariot.
needs to be in a good spot. Now, what do we encounter? Okay, they got... It's not the Regiment of Renown. And they actually have no range that I can see.
Move.
So,
Acknowledged.
first move's on me to harass them. And I got Boar Boy. I could deal with Boar Boys. I got the Lots and Sea Guards for this.
Right away.
Just harass the Boar Boys and keep an eye out for possible flank.
Dragon Princes.
The Sea Guard need to be... I need to turn off their skirmisher mode is what I need to do.
Prince of Oakwood.
And a lot of Black Orcs.
Dragon Princes. Ah, sir. Attack. To war. March. As you say. For Oakwood. Asher, advance. Loyal. We away. As you say. Moving out. I
No.
never tire. At once. Lawmaster of Hoeth. Battle ready. For duty. March.
Alright, Boar Boys aren't really doing anything. I'll take that.
Battle call. Now.
Yes, I know my lord's being attacked.
Spearman. Swordmaster of Hoeth. Titan Il Kate. Spearman.
Oh, I did not charge. That was a bit of a mistake there.
Attack! Onward to battle! It will be done. Seal! Halt! As you say, following orders. Ancestors!
Oh, let's get the flame in. This is a good opportunity for flame action. It may not be the best type of armor,
Restoring order.
but Lore's getting wrecked right now. Although, my Lore Master... Did I mess up my flame?
Loven Seaguard. Apace!
Dang, Black Orcs are taking forever to kill off. And which Lore is this? Grimgore, who is crippled.
Loyal!
So how are we doing over here against the Boar Boys?
Make Oathone proud!
I'm hitting the wrong button. Although I want to attack Grimgore, you're not letting me. Although, can I get out?
Tireless! Ah, sir! Move!
Alright, just run away from him. That's ideal.
Ready and eager. Dragon Princes! It will be done.
Can I get some flames in on these guys? Although they are moving, it's going to be tricky to do that. And in theory, I should be able to deal with their rogue idol pretty well.
As you say.
I just need to make sure everyone's grouped together and everything's healing, ideally.
At once! To war!
Just keep on running there.
Swordmaster of Hoeth! White Tower Guardian!
Keep hitting Grimgore, ideally. They just got beaten up by Black Orcs, no surprise there.
Quickly! For Hoeth! Moving out! Assur!
It will be done! For Assyrian!
Northern Sea Guard! We away! Forward! It shall be done!
Quickly now!
March! Move!
Okay, boar boys are a bit of a pain, and
For order!
For order!
can we do something about this? Because Cherry should scare them off easily enough. My dragon princes are a bit of a mess.
It will be done.
Loyal! It will be done!
I want the spearmen to attack the rogue idol, ideally.
Now! We advance!
And this is going to be risky, but
Swordmaster of Hoeth!
my lore master is gone. Gotta keep that in mind.
Assur! Forward!
Okay, Grimgore just broke. Grimgore is dead,
Advance!
which just made a huge difference in this fight.
To battle! Quickly now!
And now I have a bunch of spearmen against a single rogue idol, which should be really good for me. For even my Lotson Sea Guards are going to be good against him.
Tireless! Immediately!
Nope. And my Dragon Princess just got murdered by a couple of boar boys. Isn't that embarrassing?
Without fail.
Oh, I don't think I did enough terror damage, did I?
Tyrannok chariots!
I was hoping to break these boys.
Slay them!
But when in doubt, just do it again.
Lothern Sea Guard!
Also, Sea Guard, turn yourself around for that charge. There, that's more like it. Terror does its thing. Nope.
For duty!
Rogue Idol's broken, that's good. Crimson Killers are out in the middle, or AWOL, and I'm fine with that.
Outward! Noble prince!
Now my dragon just constantly break these guys with their low morale. Ideally.
Spearmen! For Assyrian!
Although my swordmasters are targeting the wrong... are fighting the wrong thing.
Defending order!
At once!
And you guys are immune to psychology, so I can't count on
Hurrah!
you to break them, but I can burn them. Is it possible I can light these guys on fire? As I have been doing a terrible job with my flame, and this
Northern Sea Guard!
looks like a terrible angle, with that said. Oh, never mind, it's a victory. That was scary. At least the swordmasters were the right choice, but they almost didn't meet what was expected of them. And they all basically paid for themselves, without a doubt. They were definitely the right choice in that specific matchup. One of the spearmen almost paid for themselves, even though they're just a tank, essentially. Dragon Princes were lackluster. I did not do enough hammer and anvil. Uh-oh. Just a moment, we got bots. They're ganging up even. They learn how to team up on me too. Let's fix that. If it can close this for me, thank you. There we are. Well, I like to think that was a good strategy. I had shielded and armed archers if they decide to go a lot of boar boys, and hell, their boys did absolutely nothing against me, thankfully. It's just a shame I got no value out of the shields, as that was more of a precaution in case they decide to go spider riders or goblin wolf riders to just harass me with archers anyway. That was the main point of having the shield. So it always feels like a waste, even though it was a good precaution to have. But they definitely intimidate them incredibly well. The boys did absolutely nothing so long as I actually paid attention to what they were doing. Although, that rogue idol is terrifying, I won't lie. The Sea Guard actually would have still been decent against them because of the spears. And I had 2 regular spearmen to fight them, but I honestly don't think I had a proper unit to deal with that, if I'm honest. I'm gonna jump back to lizards again. I want to try and figure this out. See what I'm doing wrong, essentially. Although they're going Dread Corsairs, this is the same guy as before. They are going to have a lot of ranged. I am just wondering. I want mobile units ideally. And I cannot. You don't have the money for them out, that's why. Now, without a doubt, I need shields to help tank hits. Assuming they are going that route, going range weaponry. Do I cut the Temple Guard or not? Nope, they're doing that again, so I gotta think fast. Think fast on what I'm doing here. And I can't take out my lord at the moment either, which is a bit of a problem, and it's annoying. I have not been doing good with this, so I'm just going to take it out and just get another Chameleon Skink, I think. I just don't think I've been getting the most out of it, since I need to know when I'm going to be taking ridiculous damage. And a lot of that comes down to knowing what kind of wizard and spells they're going to use against me, really. If I know they have a combo going on to just debilitate all my armor and snare me or something like that, then maybe I could preemptively predict it and waste a lot of their resources by almost single-handedly negating it with that amulet. We will see what happens. We have another high slope here. Oh, I recognize this map. Now it's just a question of what kind of range weaponry. As thankfully, once I'm up on the slope, I'm going to be charging downhill, which can help quite a bit. But I think range is where I'm suffering the most. A little bit. At least with the lizardmen, at the very least. I just can't seem to know what to prioritize the best. Especially since, again, my croc score is kind of best equipped to go after large creatures. Or at least it gets bonuses to large. And I don't think siege weaponry count as large, sadly. Try as I might, I don't think that's true. Either way, let's get to deployment. Okay, they just loaded. We will be going in a moment. Now, I have stock, which doesn't mean much, as I shouldn't, unless they have a flyer, I shouldn't have to worry about not having the skinks with me. I don't even know if the Dread Corsairs can actually use flying mounts, if I'm completely honest, Actually, this is bad positioning, as I do need to get around the little pillar. And the Stegodon is not really doing what I want of it either, I don't think. More than likely I'm just using it wrong, that's always possible. But it feels like I'm not using it properly. Or at least I'm hardly getting enough value out of it. Especially since this... I'm probably not going to use this siege weapon at all either. I would have liked to have upgraded that to an ancient Stegodon, perhaps. That might have gone a little bit better for me. Alright, we are ready. Let's see how this goes. They do have flyers. Oh, okay, they do have range, siege weaponry, but that's gonna suck to try and go after. And going through here is it's gonna slow me down tremendously, isn't it? Nope. This is not gonna go well, but... What the heck was that? Do I need to be worried about the absurd amount of damage that just happened there? Because my lord now is stuck. One of the Cold One Riders managed to get through, but now they're just about to break. Okay, Carnosaur's breaking, because I did not pay attention to the poor fella. Okay. Well, that was anticlimactic. I don't know what exactly just happened there, but okay. I'm just gonna save that because I'm curious what kind of state that match was in. Although I'm probably gonna look at that later. Was I actually in good condition there? As again, once again, my attempt to flank and get at their cannons was almost completely foiled there as my Cold One Riders were getting wrecked before they even got within range. Do you think they would have lasted long enough to actually have killed the cannons? I seriously doubt it. And I feel like that would have been another loss there. I feel like. Because those cannons would still continue going. Continue firing. I think, was it Queen Bess there just wrecked their own army. Is what I think happened. I thought they were like the suicide bombers or something like that. That caught me completely off guard. I don't know what to expect. What the heck just happened there? But I don't feel like I was in a good position still. Otherwise, let me try one more with the Empire. I think what I'll do next, and try and get them down a bit. But Lizardmen feel like they're the ones I need to work on the most, or at least completely retweak my entire army around. Let's get the Empire out to play. Let's see what we're up against here. The missile storm could be... Yeah, the rocket battery could be good against their swarm of infantry due to how cheap they are. The cavalry is the biggest threat, and I probably want to swap this for a Hellblaster. Just for that alone. It doesn't have very good range, is the only problem. But it would be great against their cavalry, so long as it's protected. And because it's Bretonnians, I want halberds. Can I get one more? I have the net to snare the cavalry, which could be pretty good. I'm going to keep that, even though I argue I've been doing a terrible job using it. And since they're mounted, hopefully my handgunners will have a decent time shooting them. I don't know. You got armor-piercing missiles. We will take you. You were slightly cheaper. Now I need another 100 gold for another halberd. I might need figure. Hold the line could be good, but their front line is not very resilient. That's my thought process here. It's the knights I need to be careful of. And I have demigriffs to deal with them, and armor-piercing skirmishers, which could be good. And I have the speed to outrun them. I might be committing too much to armor-piercing a little bit, though. I don't know if I should genuinely be worried about that. All I know is Bretonnians are all about their cavalry, and I need to treat them as my biggest threat. If they have catapults or trebuchets, that could be a different story. And we have some water here, and it'll load really fast.
Swordsman!
There's a lot of woods here.
I will not stand idle! Sigmar commands! For Heldenhammer!
If I could fight in the water, or have the majority of my units in the water,
Swordsmen!
or with the main
Ready
fighting,
for war!
then the cavalry should be weakened a bit. Although I never did got around to check to see if...
For Heldenhammer!
Let's see. If that's actually an 80% reduction, or if it actually just reduces my attack and movement by 20%. Well, I'm doing this backwards. It's the cavalry that ignore water. I'm gonna have a hard time fighting there. A little bit.
Demigriff Knights! Emperor's Might!
Let's just get my units all set up.
Hellblaster!
Hellblasters are gonna have a hard time, but... hopefully we can make something work.
Halberdiers! We
Halberds are
ask
there to
for
protect
theirs!
against any cavalry. Ideally.
Swordsman!
And pistoliers,
For Heldenhammer!
the handgunners, I want to believe, I really want to believe that
Halberdiers!
they should have a relatively easy time hitting cavalry due to them being larger creatures. I want to believe, I don't know if that's true.
The winds blow strong. Ready for war. Halberdiers, crossbowmen, demigriff knights. Hellblaster.
Alright. I don't know what to expect here. I don't even think I like this formation. Oh, they have yeomen. Interesting. And a lot of foot squires. And then just flying units, so they're really top heavy. I have Hell Blasters and all that to help deal with this though, at the very least.
Taking position. Take the ground. Quick march. No lingering. For Heldenhammer. We serve France. Formation.
Hell Blaster is not getting through the trees, sadly.
Troops ready. Get down. Moving now. March for the Emperor. Sigma guides us. Yes, sir. Quickly. No lingering.
Can we fight these guys? Okay, we got Pistoliers doing their thing.
Quick march. Quick march.
Oh, they're just getting wrecked right now.
Go.
Oh, the net's too far away. Come on, I'm having a hard time casting this friggin' net.
Light is might. Call France. For the Emperor. Yes, General. Attack. Heading out. But also for skull splitter.
Yep, I need to get all my units in here. They're just deathballing right now.
Take position.
Up, Chain Lightning.
Moving faster.
They are so lucky that did not scatter to them. That thing is like a vortex that can cause a lot of problems for them.
Glory to the Empire. This is my command.
Alright, let's just devour these guys.
Take the ground. Light of battle.
And then I'm trying to remember my hotkeys and I'm doing a terrible job using them. And they just got a prophetess.
Now! Sigma call. Hellblaster fighting. My subjects call.
Alright,
For the war.
Demigriffs, get in there. Even though I'm doing a terrible job controlling you, I will admit. And actually, if you could shoot the prophetess, that would be
We
great.
await your orders. Sigma. Go. Attack. Yes, quickly. The Empire endures. Take position.
They broke.
Quick march.
That's fine. I just hope my Pistoliers are doing the shots needed, which I don't think they are, honestly.
Position. No lingering. Fight them. Go. Sigma calls. At speed. By Ulrich's wrath.
I wish if I could net all of them and then have my own Chain Lightning, that would be great, but sadly this is not the army I have set up.
War.
Can I break them? They have Fear and Terror actually, so never mind.
Stand idle.
But I can shoot them. And Hellblaster can help out too.
Formation march. Ready.
Good, go in there, Carl.
Taking aim.
Do your stuff. I just wish
At speed.
my Light Wizard could actually be useful here.
Ready ammunition. War. Sigma knight. No lingering.
Actually, Carl France should get back into the front line for his stand your ground.
We are Sigmar's heirs! Demigryph Knights!
Yep, stand your ground's gonna make a difference here, and who knows how many of these you're gonna just effectively terrorize as a bonus, just because of your terror trait. I am looking forward to counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 6 of them just routed from the Griffin. My, isn't it great to be Emperor? He just single-handedly routed like 3,000 gold worth of units. Maybe 3,000? And that's a good example why you don't Death Ball, but they had that chain lightning spell that they are so lucky that did not backfire on them. Because that goes in a random direction. I don't think I need to tell you how much damage that could do. Since it's a pure damage spell, it does nothing else. You just gotta get lucky with where it goes. And think, yeah, they were incredibly top heavy. For I believe the Royal Hippogriff Knights were 2,000 gold. Pegasus were maybe 15, 16. Oh, they had Battle Pilgrims. Okay, for some reason, well, they had Pilgrims and Foot Squires, never mind. I just thought they were all the same because icon looks similar. That's not entirely true, there is a slight difference. And... huh. Oh yeah, there's what I was looking for. I saw poison arrows and that is justified there. That was awkward to start off with. My handgunners finally got into position to be useful, but that was pretty straightforward. Do I play with Empire again with that said or not? That was kind of fun, just routing all their units at once. But I don't think that we're going to have that happen a whole lot. I'm just going to go with the wild assumption. What I kind of would like is to maybe have a 2v2 or a team game. I just don't think we have people queuing for that, as that normally means we need players, at least one half, or my opponents basically, to be a two-man squad, for us to realistically have that. This might be my last match anyway. My throat's starting to go on me there. And I don't want to damage that any more than I need to. Otherwise, what do I think of the Empire army so far with the limited amount I had? Well, it would be nice if I actually used my friggin' artillery. Otherwise, the only thing I got going for me that's different from Bretonia is the actual range, or the archers and the skirmishers and my range, essentially. That is the only thing that's different. And if only I had kept the Grenadier, that would have been amazing. The amount of splash damage they could have done to those Pilgrims and Foot Squires would have been insane. Ah well. The biggest shame is not being able to use my net and have an AoE spell to drop on them. But I did use the net on their Pegasus and their Griffins, and I would like to argue that was good enough. That was enough value there to kind of nuke them down. I like to think that one spell alone paid for itself. It's just a question, what would be a good second spell? I do have the magic missiles, but I haven't really been paying attention to what kind of damage it does. Especially against that rogue idol. Wait, was I playing? I don't think I was playing against the rogue idol, honestly, with the Empire. So I don't think that was a good compare. I don't think I have a good way to check that. Otherwise, this will probably be the last match of the day. It says I dropped no frames, but I am wondering what's been causing that hitching for the YouTube version that I have been seeing. Alright, Snow. Big question, Empire again or no? I really want to figure out my lizardmen. I really friggin' want to do. Nope, never mind, they left, dang it. I don't know what happened there. But I was interested to jump into another match. Oh well. In all honesty, I can't remember how my matches went. I lost the very first one. I lost all of them with my lizardmen. I think I only lost 3 matches. Is that right? That's not too shabby. And again, it is a problem with my lizardmen. Trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong with them. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of soul searching. Ooh, I got my wish. It's a 2v2. Now, how do we spice this up? I want to play with artillery. It wouldn't be a ridiculous idea. But if one of them is going dwarves, I'd probably want to be more of an aggressor, ideally. I'll just take the high elves this time. A little more flexible. Nope. Double high elves, let's just switch that then. This is funny. This is funny. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to that, sadly. I have been doing a bad job looking at chat. I will be honest. Wishing my opponent luck there, but we are dealing with dwarves. I want things that are really good at armor piercing. Which might, would the Razor Dawn be what I'm looking for though? We're going to deal with rushers, we're going to be dealing with dwarves. Oh no, we're dealing with Bretonnians now. What would be a good start here? Something that's actually good, that has armor piercing potential. Let me actually give this guy a Stegodon is actually useful. Maybe. Causes magical damage. I don't think I want that, so we'll just stick with the regular one. I have 3,000 gold left over. Is it possible to have some pterodons to harass their siege weaponry? As I know I'm not going to have an easy time getting at them otherwise. Poison attacks, fire while moving. Well, I did want the Salamanders, and I think 2 of them would be great for this. Ignore the cavalry altogether. Hello there, Gladiator. We're just finishing up our last match for a stream because my throat's starting to die on me. I'm just trying to figure out how the hell I can... I'm more wondering how I can deal with dwarves. I only played them once so far with my multiplayer, and it was a confusing mess for me, especially since I was playing Skaven, so it's going to be drastically different than this. I know I want armor piercing though. I want a good amount of armor piercing, so would I want red-crested skinks for that? Are they actually a good choice? Yeah, let's see. Why won't it let me select my current sword though? This is something I've been trying to friggin' figure out. It won't let me swap to my current sword. And I gotta pick something quickly. I was thinking the red crested skinks, but 2 Temple Guard could be good. Salamander for more armor piercing. I'm more wondering how to best deal with the dwarves. I might be ill-equipped against Empire, I will be honest, but I'm going to assume they're gonna both go siege weaponry. I have 200 gold, let's fix this quick. Stand your ground might be needed. Armor debuff. I have... Oh. Oh well. I could have got to one more thing. I do have a Stegodon, was it Ancient Stegodon on the skink at least, but it just would not for some reason let me have the current sword. I had the gold and everything. It just was still grayed out and I'm trying to figure out why it does that. Only thing I can think of is because I'm loading in a saved roster from the custom match against AI and maybe there's something bugging out. I'm not sure why. I just gotta... Either way, I don't have a current sword. I do have an Ancient Stegodon which hopefully I can use somehow to breach through their line. I have been having terrible luck with my Stegodons, I will be honest, but at the same time, I just have the basic Stegodon which has a siege weapon on it, which I have been getting very little use out of. And I might just have the wrong skink priest too. I might not be using my heaven spells the best either. I do have the Midnight Wind, which will be good at withering their armor at least. It's just again a question of what the dwarves are doing. Or the Empire will be bringing. But it's been a pretty good stream otherwise. I lost all my Lizardman matches though, so I'm seriously going to have to reorganize or rethink my army there. And I lost my very first match with Empire. Very first match of the stream even, and that was just warming up. On top of not having played with Empire before. So I like to think this was still a pretty successful session. I did not pay attention to my ally, and this is going to suck if they're all ranged. I'm going to be the odd one out, and I'm going to have to figure out how to put pressure on them without leaving my ally vulnerable. Well, let me just spread these guys out. I don't know where exactly I can fit them. But needless to say, I'm going to be the front line. I'm going to be the tank here. And I do have 2 Temple Guard if I can get my hands on those stinking dwarves. It's a bit odd. You of all people would appear when we're facing off against dwarves finally, their gladiator. Although maybe I shouldn't say anything more because I don't want to spoil anything for the YouTuber League. In case someone watching is actually into the Blood Bowl content. On what to expect for later. But it's really convenient. Interesting how you would hop on as soon as I face off against dwarves, damn it. It must be a sign. Although I don't know how my allies gonna position themselves, honestly. I think really I need to be the front line for them because I'm the tanky guy. I got the armor at least. I am just terrified what happens if they go... What is it? 6? If they go 6 siege weaponry, I am just gonna be useless. Yeah, the only problem is I don't know when I'm going to be doing more streaming, and the weekend would be ideal, of course, because that's when the most players are on, hopefully, for multiplayer. It is something to consider. I'm mostly using this as an opportunity to try and learn the game, but Gladiator was basically just asking for doing some 2v2s is what's going on there. And it's something I seriously would like to consider. definitely down the road there. Oh yeah, I have 10 seconds. I've been talking too much. I have not been paying attention to stuff. Yeah, they are all range. I saw this coming a mile away. And they have gyrocopters too. We gotta keep an eye on that. And there's gonna be a little bit of frame rate drop. So I apologize for that, but with me zoomed out like this, it's not gonna be nearly as noticeable. And that is a lot of damage. Up, Skinks. Chameleon Skinks are getting wrecked already. And only the gyrocopter, I think, was shooting at him, if I'm honest. Did they drop a bomb on me? I wasn't really paying attention. And this angle makes it tricky to know if they were directly above me. I can already say this is not gonna go well. We're too clumped up for this. And the bolt throwers are only gonna really be effective in a drawn-out fight. Okay, let's get the... I need to keep the... Come on. If I could somehow get enough health there to kind of get in close, that'll limit a little bit of their firepower. Only problem is there's the halberd here, which are braced. And I can't really fight them the best. How are we doing on the gyrocopter? I thought I told you to attack this cursed thing. Chameleon Skinks are breaking. This is not going to be pretty. Although if we break the front line, this is an opportunity to hammer them. Because their gunners are clumped up right now if I can get good concentrate Salamanders shots on them. And let's see, Karl France, maybe I can get some armor-piercing damage on him. Skinks, you get back in there. Salamanders are hitting the gunners. This is the problem where I don't know what to prioritize right now. If I should go after the cannon or the pistoliers. Because in theory, the pistoliers should not be able to hit me if all my units are in melee, depending on the terrain. This squad's about to break entirely. Karl Franz is taking some hits. Not enough though, and they're just wrecked our lord. That lord just got wrecked. Yeah, now they're folks firing my Salamanders because they're doing damage to their main units. The White Dwarf there, I do have 2 Temple Guard, but... Yeah, only I need to remember to use my hotkeys. I still have to get that built into muscle memory. Although I probably should have buffed up my lord. Salamanders, I kind of need you. Although I hate this icon actually makes it really difficult to target using icons. I don't think I'm gonna actually win this single fight here, alas, but let's see. If somehow we could break through there with enough health, then maybe we can wreck their pistoliers and cannons. Because I have fresh source warriors here. They just broke because of the terror. Slayers, gotta watch for them. And this lag's actually making it tricky for my use to actually maneuver. Yeah, these guys are anti-large, aren't they? They're armor-piercing anti-large, but enough... Yeah, maybe the red-crested skinks were the right idea, because I don't need bonus versus large, I just need the armor-piercing. And they're just gonna break this entire line right now. Can this Stegodon somehow get onto those rockets? And really, all I can hope for these Chameleon Skinks... Oh, I have been doing 1v1s. I just been setting it so that it automatically merge team players, I think? Whatever that setting is for quick battles. I have been doing quick battles. All of them were 1v1s up until this point. I am about to get into the rockets. I do need to watch where their slayers are, though. Because I could basically break all three of these Hellstorm rockets right away. Where are the slayers? Okay, they're nowhere nearby. That is 1 plus. And they have halberds, but they are currently broken. Yeah, I don't think I can win against the White Dwarf, but how fast is he? Can I back off? 32? No, I can't back off with my Temple Guard. They're kind of stuck there. But I can get a nice back door here. Where's my Skink Priest? I'm still watching. Where are the Slayers? They're not here, is the answer. Oh, I didn't realize all this time I had to target players. This is probably a terrible item to have because I need to understand the magic of this game more. That was a painful flaming skull there. This is probably not going to go well still. We did break all the range weaponry finally, but I think it's too late. I think the damage has already been done. Cold-blooded, you're about to kick in. Keep him alive, keep him intact. While we run over these gunners, ideally. Oh, my lord just got wrecked there, but he's still alive, which is probably the best I can ask for, but their gyrocopters are still intact. Come on, Stegodon. I know the new mass change from Twisted and Twilight slowing you down, but I want you to rampage through like the monster you are. I believe in you. Don't let a couple of Empire soldiers dictate how slow you can be. Let the dwarves do that, damn it. And nope, Slayers are here. Time to run. I don't think I'm gonna be able to run now, though. Especially with this lag. Oh, my Salamanders are still alive. Oh my god, I got something that actually can fight. Those are the ones that were stuck behind the cliff ledge all this time, wasn't it? Ooh. They were attacking Karl France, that's why. Yeah, I'm using alt to toggle melee is what I'm doing. And it has been working. That's basically how I've been getting to melee with that Stegodon, so don't worry, I have been doing that. Although, I have almost no units left, and sadly, the damage was done there. I don't think we're gonna win this now, alas. And I can't actually run away from these dwarves, sadly. They're just a tiny bit faster than me, which just means I'm gonna get killed right away. Although my lore's back. Can we at least kill off Karl France? I don't think the morale damn hit's gonna be enough. I got one of their leaders, but is he dead? I need to kill this gyrocopter right now. If somehow I could get these guys out, we have a decent amount of range weaponry. With decent amount of ammo. Maybe something could be done here, but I don't think it's enough to win. But that gyrocopter is screwed. That's all. That's the only win. That's the one win I'll take. Dang it. Karl France, why won't you die already? Gyrocopter, die. Come on. When I say die, I want you to die. Nope, this is over, sadly. That was just a terrible mismatch for me with the army I set up. If I had more mobile units, maybe I could have done something in drawing their fire and distracting them. But my units were just too slow. I just cost us that match. And even then, what would even be good artillery if I were to go long range? Because my Stegodons aren't really gonna be beating their siege weaponry. What would even count as proper range? I have Bastildons. They could be decent, but short range, of course. Ancient Salamander. Oh, you're range, but not enough. Stegodon, that's with the crossbolt or the ballista. And I tried this once against Eagle Bolt Throwers as a test. It's not really something that's gonna fight siege weaponry one-on-one because I have a friggin' Stegodon to go with it. Never mind, I only have a single ballista. Yeah, that was just bad for me. I really need to emphasize on mobility. Probably a lot of flyers, really. As I kinda knew that was coming. Either way, I need to rethink my Lizardman army strategy anyway. I'm happy with my High Elves, they're nice and flexible despite the fact I have no DLC for them. I literally won every single game with High Elves. So I'm really happy with that. I just have yet to use the Bolt Thrower, sadly. Yeah, the Croc score, yeah, anti-infantry, armor piercing. I didn't think about the Croc scores, I will be honest. In all honesty, how much faster were they? Speed was my biggest concern. I was fixated on the red-crested skinks in the Temple Guard. I did not think about the Croc scores because they're way down here. 46 is definitely notable. Yeah, they're as fast as the regular skinks. Yeah, the leader too. Yeah. I was also thinking the Croc scores when you mentioned that, because really, I just need armor piercing to deal with their front line. I couldn't go too heavy with the Croc scores because of maybe Slayers. Which their one Slayers did a terrible job dealing with his Stegodon, so I got that going for me. And yeah, Nakai. It's hard to say how much splash damage they do though. How many they can actually kill. But Croc scores definitely would have been better than the Temple Guard just because they're more mobile. They probably would have been sitting ducks to the gunners. The riflemen, basically, because I think their larger bodies means the riflemen could still shoot them. Red Skinks, I was thinking of the Red Skinks, but I was again, the interface was being buggy because I had the money to get a Carnosaur, it just would not let me do that. Actually, let me just try one more 1v1. I don't think I'm going to play Lizardmen, but, well, I'm going to give it a minute and see if I can get a 1v1. I haven't actually played with the red-crested skinks, and I know I need to add some skinks to my army, as my opponent's naturally going to be building towards armor piercing, and I need something that can actually counteract that while having a mobility to deal with their ranged units maybe. Alright, so we are going to get one more match in, I guess. We'll just see how long this goes. Now, Lizardman is what I'm having trouble with. I'm willing to tank my win rate to try and figure this out. So they're going Orcs. Let's see. I like the Chameleon Skink to deal with flyers. He's primarily there to slow down and hinder flyers, ideally. And provide a little bit of vision so I know where the hell I'm going. I am having issues with this Stegodon. It's not really giving me value. Is a bit of the problem here. Okay, now I can pick the Carnosaur. Do I go with Krokgar? Carnosaurs are just fun. Rampaging with Krokgar is fun. I don't think it makes sense here though, unless I'm dealing with another rogue idol. It's just fun. But I still need to figure out why the hell are you not letting me upgrade? Okay, that's better. Is a Stegodon even the right choice though? I'm going to only have 2 monstrous creatures. I think it's worth having it. I just need to somehow sneak some skinks in here. I like the horned ones. I am lacking flyers. That is something I will honestly have to look into. I'm just wondering. If they go goblins, can I cover that? If they go black orcs, I need to deal with black orcs. Which is where the croc scores probably come in. How many croc scores do I even get? How much are they? 1,000 there. I don't want to get too many. I don't want to get any more large single entities, ideally. You could be fun with your Vanguard. That is tempting, but I want some power. I just don't know. These guys would not be very good against goblins, but useful against black orcs. Chameleon Skinks would be great against the goblins, though. Dang it, 6 gold short. I'm terrible at using this, so let's screw that. Do I seriously? I don't want to go for Nurse Skink Priest, but I need to grab something else. Pterodon Riders could be good. Harassing. I do need to start trying to play around with air units more, besides my lords. So I think this is a good way to experiment. I got 2 monstrous entities, 1 anti-large, 1 meant for infantry. Yep, I can play around with them some. Chameleon Skinks are great for harassing the goblins maybe, or even dealing with cavalry. Horned ones are kind of good all around, more infantry base. Yeah, and they have poisonous spears too to just slow down units. If I could just slow down one of their more powerful units like Black Orcs, have them stuck behind the others, that could go well. Oh, what I missed there? What did I miss there, Glad? Or did they change on me and I wasn't looking? Oh, the Ripperdons, you mean? Pterodons could still be good. They can melee any siege or archers. They just probably won't. They'll probably take a lot of damage still, but either way, I have a front line to deal with. almost anything they have to deal with to throw at me, so I got to somehow win the flank. Yeah, I have to somehow win the game along the side of the map in harassing, ideally. Unless they're all black orcs, that's the exception. Then I'm gonna have to hammer anvil like a boss. Chameleon Skinks. I think I really like the idea of you just slowing down one side of their line, so that way they're either just late to the party, or they just are stuck behind everyone else, especially if they're valuable black orcs maybe. But ideally, if there's any area units, you go after them. Ideally. I don't have Temple Guard though, I don't know how I feel about that. But they're only really good against area or large units anyway. Oh, wrong button. Now, where would be best to put you? Ideally, I want you to start harassing immediately to kind of disorganize them. And I gotta keep mine trees, so stick it on just over. Well, actually, I want you behind the source anyway. Yep. I don't know how much damage he'll do though, but I haven't forgotten about it. It's just a question if I'm gonna have the confidence to fly over their heads. So boar boys, the usual. Now, do I go after the boar boys? I can't remember how much they cost, if they're worth harassing, especially with pterodon riders. They're missing something here. There's got to be some stalkers around somewhere. There we are. Nope, lag though, which I'm not fond of. So they got heavy cavalry flanks. Although this lag sucks. And it's not even on my end, because you can see me moving the camera just fine. Chameleon Skinks can slow them down, but they are going to take a little bit of damage, aren't they? Horned ones won't be able to help them. Carnosaur is already on the way over. I do have some Source Warriors. Stegodon could come over here. I think if I'm fast enough with my Carnosaur and Stegodon, I should be able to protect these Skinks. I have no idea. Okay, so they do have archers. And no, these don't have ranged. So what are you getting shot by? Where are you losing morale to? Oh. My entire army just vanished on me. Ah. Well, that's disappointing. And I want to learn my... Dang. I want to learn my Lizardman, dang it. But with a Carnosaur and Stegodon dealing with that heavy cavalry flank, I think I could be okay. As I don't think any of these guys are anti-large. I could be wrong. I don't even think I have the Regiment of Renown to even see what they do, or the DLC. That is unfortunate. I'm just curious, were any of those anti-large? Because I'm thinking I commit the Carnosaur and Stegodon over there. This Carnosaur can actually chase them pretty well, and the Stegodon is just nearby to keep them from chasing after the skink or the chameleons. And then I'll have to figure out what to do about the left flank. No anti-large, which would have been really good for me if I controlled my Stegodons properly. And I don't even think they had any range units. Am I wrong in that? My Pterodon Flyers could have had amazing fun there too. I'm just curious about price point, especially with my Pterodons. Boar boys are 950. Oh, they are anti-large. Oh, those are biggins. I don't know if they had biggins or not, or if they were just regular boar boys. And the boar boys are anti-infantry. Yeah, I was not paying attention if these were biggins or not. That would change the dynamic a little bit there. But if they were all anti-infantry, Carnosaur would have had a field day with them. Especially since these boar boys are slower than my Carnosaur too. It's just the Goblin Wolf Riders I would have had a problem with. At least the hunt down. Where's Lizardman? I'm just wondering, speed on the Carnosaur. It's 90 something, 70 something in that area. 75. Yeah, it hunts down and eats those boar boys. I just gotta be very careful they don't split them up. Otherwise I'm not getting a lot of value then. They just could not be able to keep up with the Wolf Riders, which Pterodon Riders could harass them. I just don't know if that's worth their cost. Well, they're only 600. And a Wolf Riders is what, 350? That's not terrible, so long as I have a good bomb on one of their main frontline infantry. But that was disappointing. I would have liked one more match, but either way. Oop, I better not alt-tab, dang it, it cuts the audio. But I'll have to take you up on that 2v2 offer sometime, Glad. But I don't know if I'm going to get more streaming in until the weekend, but we'll see what happens. But outside my Lizardman matches, I only lost the very first match when I was trying to learn Empire. So I consider this a successful series of matches, or a successful stream. I just really need to rethink my Lizardman a bit. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I will see you next time.